Hi, this is Rodney Walker with Education Today, live in New Orleans at the National Educations Conference, where we have educators that have come from across the nation. These are superintendents and school administrators that are coming together to discuss the various challenges as well as some of the latest happenings and trends that are taking place in education. Let's go inside and see what they have to say.
This is a very exciting day for us. It's our national conference. We're expecting over 3,000 educators from around the country, most of them school superintendents. And it's a very challenging time right now for education because we really don't know the future. We really don't understand with the new administration how we're going to be going and what's going to happen. So there's a lot of anxiety on the part of people. But at the same time, you almost have to see this as an opportunity.
It takes a lot of grit to be a superintendent of a public school.
Yes, one of our sayings is every child, every day. And I think when you have 38,000 students across 55 schools, that's tough to do. But our challenge as in educators is to make sure we reach each and every child every day.
We want to make sure that we're connecting with families, so that it's not just a student who we're educating, but it's the whole family.
We're dealing with families that grandparents raising their grandchildren because of incarceration, aunts and uncles. I'm finding in this role we're having to work with families more than I have ever had to in the past. And how do you educate a child when they're hurting and they're dealing with such trauma? So we have to learn to do things differently.
I think economic poverty of children coming to school from poverty, trying to make sure that our IB programs and our AP programs have equal access for all children.
Let's do the best job that we can do wherever we are, and we'll always be a viable system in whatever community you're in.
Funding. It's always funding.
Well, funding is a continued source.
Nobody's going to put more money into education. You won't find anybody across the nation, other than those of us who are trying to make it happen, that say we need more money. We do need more money, but more money is not going to be available. So what we have to do is go back and look at how money is being spent and see how effective that dollar is and see how we can recreate the system for success.
I hope that that issue would go away, but I think that's always something that everybody has to dance around and tiptoe and try to figure out, how to make the best use of what they have and how they can stretch a dollar even further.
The other is probably initiative overload. There's just so much that comes from the federal perspective, the state perspective.
All the mandates that we have in Ohio and nationally have got to be, I don't want to say released, but yes, more student-centered, but also be more realistic.
How can we, as individuals on the ground level and communities, help to support our superintendents and our schools to make them better?
First of all, let's give superintendents the opportunity to lead and succeed. Get off their back. And next, let's join with them in their efforts in whatever direction that they're trying to move their individual districts, because it's at the grassroots levels that counts.